You are now listening to OverSaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnny and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of OverSaturated the Podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 313.
Man, 313, shout out to my Detroit piece on Podrick Flannery this week. What up, though?
Yeah, man. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search OverSaturated the Podcast. X is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast, and our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph across your social media platforms.
On X, I'm JON, 2_ the letter B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Round of applause, man. Another week. We bike. Ralph, my guy, how you feeling, man? Let me just go and set the gunshots off anyway, because I know what's up, man.
Clear the runway for me, please.
Yes.
Listen,
All yours, baby.
I tried to be humble about it. No, fuck all that. Spurs in 5 now, like as you may not have noticed. My San Antonio Spurs have made it to the NBA Finals after years of destitute, years of being in the trenches, in the gutter. So as a lot of the OVO hoes say, stay on that side. I don't need y'all cheering for us. No, stay over there. Stay on that side. This is us. Spurs against everybody, baby. Spurs against the world, baby. Wimby.
Big Wimby. Big Wimby. Let's
Big
go.
Wimby. Fuck you talking about? Last night was an event. It was such an epic Game 7, man. For those who missed it, I'm sorry that you did not witness history in the making.
I was definitely
like it's literally like something that people will talk about for ages. Like it's one of those games. Like it was that box office, man. But shout out to the whole squad, down from Wimby to Champagne to Castle, Harper, my boys was balling last night. Luke Cornett, you redeemed yourself for that Magic City shit with that block. You redeemed yourself.
Hey, Lawrence the Keys, that was the nail in the coffin. That block, he was in for like 1 or 2 possessions. That block was the nail in the coffin, bro.
Sealed it. Wimby had 5 fouls. He was on the bench. We was like, woo, about to get dark. they about to go ahead and do it. But nah, Luke Cornett, he came in. Been a good role player this whole time. Besides that, even with the Magic City stuff, that was just a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm as a fan that really has endured ups and downs, ebbs and flows. Shout out to my squad, man. But I don't want to hear none of that. Stay on their side. If you was over there, if you was sending me Wimby jokes and all that, stay over there. I don't want no.
No, you're right, man. As a Spurs fan, we went through some turmoil the last few years. We did, man. I was there waiting for that Wimby pick. I was waiting for that number 1 pick when we got that 3 years ago.
Look, I was cheering the year we was tanking for Wimby. I was like, yeah, lose all the games. Yeah. We need to have 15 wins at the end of the season. Yeah.
Look. No, for real though, if Wimby can stay healthy throughout his career, if he can stay out of like controversy, like he is probably the next face of the league. Like for real. I think as somewhat of a casual basketball fan, I think this Spurs team is ahead of schedule as far as like getting to Western Conference Finals, getting to the NBA Finals, things like that. So the fact that they even here now, shout out to them, because they was balling. They was definitely balling. Yeah, man.
To see somebody that actually cares, like forget, even if you're part of my team, like dude actually really look. I'll die for this shit. That's how he feels like when you see him play. Like dude cried last night and nobody judged him for it, because usually we like, man, get your soft, like get your weak. Like no, it ain't. it was nothing like that because he truly, genuinely had all the emotions that you probably would have, and he didn't even win the championship. It's just getting past like somebody that you legitimately have like not problems with, but just a competitive like spirit against. So
It's
nah, as a sports fan, it was good to watch.
it was dope because at the end of last season, knowing all the different types of training he went through over the summer after last season, he went, became a Shaolin monk, all that kind of. He trained with Kevin Garnett, like he did a lot to prepare for this season, and the fact that all of that work, like the peaceful and the I'm hard in the paint, all paid off. Like it was a perfect yin and yang. Like all that
Yeah.
came together, and now I'm a man in the NBA Finals. So it's
Yeah,
dope.
we gonna
It's
see.
dope.
Yes, we gonna see, man. But shout out to the Spurs, man. Shout out to the Knicks. Hey, um, you know, that's what's up. Spurs at 5. I said what I said.
Okay, look, I don't got nothing either way. I just we'll see what happens. We'll hope for a good series. Hope for a good series. So
But yeah, bro,
shout,
what's going
shout
on
out
with
to
you,
you.
man?
Everything is good my way, man. I just want to shout out my wife. My wife's birthday was yesterday over the weekend, and oh man, just kicked it. Just kicked it. Was able to, we did the little shopping thing, and she wanted to go to a winery, so we kicked it at the winery. And listen, man, I was telling Ralph in pre-production, my credit card need to be locked away. Lock that away. I don't want to swipe nothing else. I don't want to tap. I don't want to swipe. I don't want to insert my credit card nowhere. I don't even want to look at that shit no more. I'm scared to look at my statement right now. Got a lot of reconciliation to do.
Hey man, we living in the scam era. Just file one of them. Just say hey, I wasn't here for one of these. Just see what happens. I wasn't here for one of them.
Dispute.
One of them.
Dispute.
Do it look like I would go to this
Right.
place?
Have I had a transaction here before?
Right.
No, I
So
haven't.
who do y'all take me for? Nah.
Oh man,
Johnny,
but
Johnny
no,
got the good. Johnny got the good credit cards. They go pull the security cameras. They was like, sir. They was like, sir.
you were here at this time. In fact,
Like, sir. You checked in this place by name.
Right. Terrible scammer. That's crazy.
That's terrible, right? Man, listen, man. I'm telling you, if I ever scam, I'm going directly to jail. Like God likes making examples out of me. Like that's why I'm going to prison.
And all the CSI and all them shows we watch, we still get caught. Ain't that some shit?
I'm talking about going straight to prison. There's no leeway with me. They be like, sir, you're 38. I'm like, I'm a misguided youth. No, sir, you're a grown man.
Oh man, yeah, you about
Jail.
20 years too late, my boy. Yeah,
Jail.
go on, exit
Like,
left.
God damn it. I thought it was worth a try.
It's cool. But nah, man. Outside of that, nah, everything is good. Just preparing for the summer. Summer is almost in full effect now. So
Yeah, it sure
yeah,
is.
got family reunions coming up. I just got a lot of just busy stuff to do. So just gearing up for that. That's it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
So what we doing? Off the dome?
off the dome.
I got one for you.
Let's do it.
I've been bit by the nostalgia bug once again.
Okay.
And if you notice that there are 2 big movies coming out this weekend, Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie. But
Yep.
my question is not about Scary Movie. I just had to bring that up because it's
Okay.
random. But Masters of the Universe is a older property that's just being revamped for movie purposes, right? Not really my cup of tea. And shout out to those who are going to see it. I'm not going to see it. But
Okay.
there are plenty other properties that deserve a big budget release in a movie theater. Give me one from your upbringing that deserves a big budget Hollywood theatrical release, not streaming. I'm talking about get butts in the theater.
Damn, I gotta
Now,
do
I
a
have
deep
my
dive
answer.
on this one. Okay, I gotta do a deep dive on this one because
Now, my answer is I actually want a live action gargoyle film. It's sitting there. It's right there. We got all this Game of Thrones and all these other mystery and fantasy things like Masters of the Universe fits that thing too. It's mystery, it's fantasy, it's sci-fi, whatever. And the gargoyles have not been touched, pause if applicable, since the 90s. And it was a cartoon which I enjoyed. It was like in that WB block of like Animaniacs and Batman animated series. It was like all in there, right? and it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Why I don't know, because it had mature themes. It was like it had the mystery element. It had like, you know what I'm saying, the big city. They had fights. They were slapping people. Like, you know what I'm saying. They had real plot lines. If they didn't get back to certain places by sundown, it was up. Like, you know what I'm saying, by sun up. So I think that deserves like a live action release. Like, put the money behind it. I'm Team Goliath. You know what I'm saying. I'm with all the smoke. I just want to see that on a big screen. You know, I'm
I'm
talking
not
about. I want the popcorn buckets. Now that
all
I'll
that,
get a popcorn bucket for it,
all
bro.
that. Yeah.
I want the whole experience. So I think that that'll be dope.
Damn. Hey, I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that at all. Man, I gotta dig deep because anything I would say has had some form of live action theatrical release, like Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, shit, Justice League, like those are the types that I gravitated towards. Hell, X-Men.
Yeah.
But I think I got one in mind.
Okay.
But follow me though, because I don't know if this would translate to live action, but I would love to see maybe an animated theatrical release. And this is a show that I don't think ran that long. It might have been 1 or 2 seasons. But do you remember Darkwing Duck?
Yeah.
This is like a Disney-esque version of what a Batman would kind of be. I would love to see, maybe not necessarily live action version of that, but an animated Darkwing Duck movie I think would kind of be dope. And then the theme song itself is already fire, so maybe try to reimagine that for a theatrical release, put that all in the slow it down and put it all in the trailer version. You know how they be doing all that kind of stuff with the hip-hop joints. What's up?
What do you think about them making it a Lego version, or is that too much?
I'm not all the way mad at it. I don't know. I have a specific thing with, like, Lego Batman was fire. Like, I think they caught lightning in a bottle with that. But just making everything Lego, I don't know. Not saying it can't be pulled off. I'm skeptical when it comes to Lego versions of things. So but no, I would love to see a Darkwing Duck theatrical release. I think that would be dope. Now that's definitely some nostalgic shit for real.
Oh yeah,
for real. No, that was a dope question. For my off the dome, music related. So over Memorial Day weekend, me and the family, we went to visit my sister in Louisiana. So on road trips, I just let the music play. I just hit, play on the playlist and whatever come on. And Rick James, Super Freak came on. It's like, I haven't heard this in a while. It's a bop. Very freaking cool. But then I got to thinking, right? There's another artist that has a song called Super Freak. So I want to know which Super Freak would you take over the other? I guess it's a one gotta go type of thing. So are we going Rick James Super Freak or Jeezy Super Freak featuring 2 Chainz? Hey, both are bops, right? Both are bops. But which one you sticking with?
This is so nasty. Take me instead. How about that? Because I was raised on Rick James music, so I really enjoy Rick James as an artist. Like, I think Rick James is one of the dopest, like, musical guys we've ever had. Legend, I'll even go that far to say that too, because of his type of musical style.
Oh yeah.
But Jeezy Super Freak with 2 Chainz, come on, man. That's my outside. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't outside for Rick James. I was just raised on it. I was molded by it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
we merely adopted Rick James. We grew up in the Jeezy.
Yeah, exactly. I grew, but that Jeezy, hey man, for the sake of this, oh my God, it's hurt me to say this. My daddy might be turning over in this grave, man. But hey, I'm sorry, pops, but Rick James got to go in this scenario. I was outside for Super Freak. You wasn't outside for that. If you wasn't outside for that, you can't tell me how to feel about it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with music and placing legacies. No, I was outside with the plastic cups in the club with this, you know what I'm saying? With the wings fried hard in the club. So you can't tell me how to feel. If you ain't never had lemon pepper with a poorly made mixed drink in the club,
when this was on, when that was
when
on,
this was on, you can't tell me nothing about what I just said.
you know what? You're making a lot of sense, and I don't know if I like it. Because I was really trying to justify picking one song over the other, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't necessarily know the verses to Super Freak. Like I know Rick James is Super Freak. Like I know some lines, right? But 2 Chainz' verse is the best verse on Jeezy Super Freak, but the hook fire though.
Of course.
So it's like I don't know which way I'm leaning. I'm like, I don't know. It's almost like a draw for me, but I think for the sake of the pod, I'm gonna go Rick James just because, like, OG legend type thing.
Yeah, OG legend, it got sampled a million times.
Hey,
do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do to make it make sense. I went with what made sense for me.
But it makes sense for me too.
You ain't never stood on the couch in the club,
man, what?
with some lemon pepper wings, hot, fresh.
You ain't never been inebriated in the club and just to the top of your lungs. Last night it was good. It's a ride. I was super. Good time. Good time.
You'll never understand, kids. You'll never understand.
That's a fact. They don't. I feel like they don't have one of those. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation. Let's not get off there because we about to get to some stuff in a minute anyway. So that was off the dome, people. If you got a property out there that deserves a big budget theatrical release, what is it and why?
Yep. And which Super Freak you keeping? Man, that's a wild question. Rick James is Super Freak or Jeezy featuring 2 Chainz Super Freak? Let us know.
Yes, sir. OS gang, what's happening, family and kinfolk? We got a few topics here on the OS News docket this week. If you ever want to know that Ralph is going to have a whole bias type of argument this whole podcast, this is where it is. This is where it starts.
This is the one.
This is it right here. So last night, the gods blessed us. The podcast block gods blessed us.
Man.
So Jay-Z performed at the Roots picnic, who he was slated to headline alongside with the Roots, and he had a freestyle of sorts. A freestyle aiming back at those that have been keeping his name in their mouths for the past few years, not even months, just years. He addressed everybody from Drake to Dame Dash. It's so many names that we can get into that. But I'm not sure if Johnny is pulling that up. Were we pulling up the freestyle?
Yep. I got it pulled up. So we just starting from the top and just whenever you want me to pause.
We got it.
Patty's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1, I've been ranked. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
Because a lot just happened just now.
Yeah, a lot happened in that first, right? First, I kind of heard it, but obviously the internet has been interneting since this has happened. Mm-hmm. And the Tory Lanez shot, oh, chef's fucking kiss. Chef's kiss. Oh my God. Like, what are we talking about?
It's like, I feel like we could have predicted that this freestyle was going to happen. Not really knowing who or who would not be on the chopping block, but I think Tory Lanez and his father kind of deserve that because where they know did Jay-Z come at any point in that whole scenario, I guess because Megan was signed to the Rock.
Meg was out in Rock Nation and Rock Nation's lawyers were the ones. Yeah. Like, it's like they have to assign a boogeyman to a lot of these things, and Jay-Z has unfortunately been assigned to a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Like, the internet been wanting him to kill Aaliyah for about 20 years now. So, All right, cool.
And then the T falling out was that? Is that Dame Dash?
Oh, that's Dame. That's Dame. Oh, Dame called a few.
Yes, but that's not the last one for sure.
Oh no, not for one.
All right, let's keep it going.
You had to cash cow and thunk it. What you punked is, I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you can die on is way too much flat that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm all of you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name. Heard of a one that...
Okay. Pause, please. Now, first of all, the Wire references, if you know, you know. The price of the brick going up. Oh my God. You want it one way, but it's actually the other way. Listen, the subtle shot at the fact that I canceled the brunches because I remember the hunger pains is kind of like a lot of y'all not used to struggle anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I can go back. If I need to, because we in a recession anyway, big dog. Like, listen, I'm around here eating hamburger helper sometimes. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, if you got to go back to that, you got to go back to that. And I think that's a subtle shot at. Now, I'm not sure who. I would assume that's a Drake shot, but that's just me though.
Gotcha. And then the whole play on Lauryn Hill, Roberta Flack,
plane,
plane,
like
softly,
all that.
Like fire. All right, let's keep it going.
My children and some of them, have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin as an unharmed player.
Okay, let's pause there.
Yeah.
Now,
Kanye. That's Kanye.
Has Jay-Z stabbed somebody before?
Back in 1999, he stabbed Lance Rivera.
So the ass on.
I never remember. I don't know if you remember. Like, I never go to. I said I never go to jail again. My man's will shoot you.
Yeah.
You remember that bar? Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh,
that was in ref. See, he didn't reference that a few times. Like, the fact that called another strike.
This man's going crazy. All right, let's keep it going.
Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch how saniac in my presence, nigga, shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut ass nigga.
Wait, now that's Kanye.
Oh no, yeah, I think a lot of that was Kanye, even the part that we stopped before. But definitely because he said something about mentioning kids. I think that was like the beginning of it. Yeah. But he was like, nah, he a maniac until you get in my presence, and then he all of a sudden insane. Like,
yeah. That's fire. That's fire.
Talk about
real quick. Do you think these are verses coming on an upcoming album, or do you think this is a true freestyle, or you want to get to that?
I mean, not a true freestyle, but I definitely think it's he wrote this in frustration and probably wanted to use it maybe on a song somewhere. But I think this is kind of tying back to those GQ that GQ interview where he said that, oh, we're above battles, and look at you now. Look at you now. But I'm sorry, that's kind of jumping ahead with a lot of the commentary. But I don't think this is a part of the album. If there is an album to come.
Got you. All right.
Still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
All right, pause that. Now that was three birds in that one stone right there. He talked about Oshino because Oshino has been talking shit lately on like them Art of Dialogues and stuff like that.
Okay. He
stutters a lot. I have seen those videos come up a lot. A lot of Jay-Z haters are in those comments. So they was like, yeah. Even though a lot of state property was out there last night, but that's something else. Yeah. And then you have the stuttering, like the Dame Dash stuff. Like it was something in there about Dame Dash, and then you get the Jaguar.
Yeah.
So you got three people.
I think the Chatty Patty was about Dame Dash because his ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Stop talking. All right, let's go.
You wonder why I do the freestyle rehearsals. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't.
All right, wait. Time out. This is Nicki Minaj. This is hey.
Hold on, hit the good stuff, please. That's probably the nastiest one. Hey, the bars got nothing for that. I'm sorry. I don't care what they listen.
Absolutely nothing. Like that's crazy.
Anybody else's fan base could probably try to like, man, that was weak. Nah. Sometimes when the facts is facts.
Jesus Christ.
Her husband is a registered sex offender. He literally cannot go to schools and pick up his own children. Her house is a red dot.
Lord have mercy.
No laser point.
No,
is a red dot. her Nicki Minaj's address is public knowledge. You can go look this up. I'm not making this up. If that's the husband's address, that means Nicki Minaj sleeps there too.
Thanks.
That means it's up and people can see it. And then he accused her of doing coke again. He said, "Oh, lady on that stuff again. She must be in love with him." What? Hey man. What? I don't care what you call me. I don't care if anybody sees this and calls me anything. Fuck that. This shit is amazing. This is what rap is about.
No, that's a fact, right? After Jay-Z said. Anyway. Now, with that being said, with Nicki Minaj seemingly being back on that stuff, with Jay-Z saying he thinks she loves him, do you think he's referring to Trump?
Oh, now that's a good double entendre. I thought you were talking about the husband.
See, I think he's talking about Trump in that because, well, clearly we know she loves her husband because they married, whatever.
Yeah.
But we also seen recently Nicki Minaj doing nothing but nut hugging Donald Trump.
And then in the next bar, which we'll get to, he does mention MAGA Republicans. So it's kind of like you're onto something there, brother. You're onto something.
All right, let's keep it going.
I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I prayed for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. I got up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the hole. I never looked up to them.
Pause it. All right. Now the Drake shots, crazy. He said, "You on looking up the wrong chart, champ." Listen, I know what chart I am number one on this Forbes list, my boy. It ain't you. Now we talking money at this point. Something I clearly know nothing about. But it's just funny to hear other people talk about it.
Is when you hear somebody like Drake talk about money, but then you come to see that it still levels to that when somebody like Jay-Z comes and talks about it behind you.
And then talking about you focus on the wrong charts, champ. So it's like you just wrote this. Like you focused on the wrong charts, champ.
Hey man.
A lot of this stuff is recent.
Oh, like mad recent. Like
in the past month.
Yes.
That lets you know that hoes still do this. Okay, let them finish before I just get into until I get into the.
Got you. All right, let's keep it going.
Got your publishing gangster, go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded. Don't make me go man.
Come on, man.
The roots remember, even when the trees pretend. Not too much of my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees. S-H-A-W-N. I find it adorable she put the S at the end. You don't know, the show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know, the show ain't even begin.
Lord have mercy. Come on.
I just caught that. He said the roots remember it's something about the trees or something in the roots. I was like, oh, like the wordplay in that was. Stop. All right,
on, man.
bro.
Come
All
on,
right, man. Stop playing with the king, man. Listen, man. Listen. I was trying to be humble, man.
Okay,
Leave,
don't.
leave him alone. If he left unscathed with Nas, right? He left with the scars on him, and he still came back and arguably became one of the greatest. Drake.
That's
the wrong tree. That's the wrong tree to bark up, big dog. Like he moved the algorithm without social media. He don't need that. You do.
Facts. That's facts.
All right.
That's facts. Now, with that being said, everybody's seen the new afro that Jay-Z is rocking.
Yeah.
The Florida dreads are going. I get like why do you think the transformation happened? What do you think is coming? Like what's the reasoning behind this? In your opinion?
You know, if we know anything from the Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter camp, like the Carter camp, everything is meticulous, everything is planned, everything means something.
Yeah.
I was saying this as a fan. I didn't want him to drop an album because I felt like, you know, Jay-Z is kind of run out of things to talk about. Especially if 444 was so ill received.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though he's talking like billionaire stuff on there, he's talking about real life stuff, and people just didn't want to hear that for some odd reason. And I enjoyed a good portion of the album. I think it's matured a lot over the past few years. The reason I didn't want another album because I knew it would come with so much scrutiny. So that's why I didn't really want to hear another Jay-Z album. And I kind of still stand on that side. But it seems like a Jay-Z album is coming. Now that I've seen all that, right? I said all that to say that.
Yeah.
The hair, the Yankee shows, people keep fucking with the Carters in general. Like people keep messing with them, like publicly, right? And we haven't heard anything from behind the scenes. It's just people keep Beyonce and Jay-Z's name in their mouth for some reason.
Right.
So I don't know, bro. I think an album is coming. When it comes, I'll be excited. But right now, I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm definitely iffy on it, bro. What about you? What you think?
I think all of this is the beginning workings of a rollout. All of it. Him headlining the Roots picnic.
Yeah.
Him doing the anniversary shows at Yankee Stadium, adding a third show. Clearly, him debuting a totally new look. Like, I never thought I would see Jay-Z without the locks. I never thought I would see that.
Listen, we never thought we would see him with him. Like, that's the point. It's kind of like, listen, everything goes back to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had errors.
Yeah, facts. No, that's
and
facts.
We're looking at rappers reproduce that type of thing, and it's only the greats that really have that, right? When you look at them, right? And people that have true longevity, like a Jay-Z, even a Kanye, you look at their style and their hairstyles and like what they choose to wear at certain points in times as an era. So Mike had it, Jay got it, like Ye got it, like, you know, those are guys that truly, genuinely had different eras about them. And just seeing Jay kind of go through that, and then, you know, he was short hair and then long hair, then wigs, and now he done combed it out, and he, you know, just for me, like, you know what I'm saying?
He heavy on the road game. That's crazy. Look,
man.
I think so. The way he was dressed, his hair being out, even the freestyle, right? I can see him dropping an album where he takes the Iceman Drake route, where the album is nothing but him responding to the industry. Everything that everybody's been saying about him, about his family, about his kids, about his wife. I see an album of nothing but rebuttals. I see it. Especially based off that freestyle.
And he talked about that, right? In one of those interviews he did, where he was just like, he was like kind of like an album making mode, I think, or he alluded to it. And he said how angry he was and how it sounded, and he just couldn't put that out. And that's kind of crazy to know. But I mean, hey, everybody's human, right? How much can you physically take somebody talking about you, your wife, and your children all the time?
Exactly.
So it's a man, I don't know. Like, if new music is coming, trust me, I'm gonna be excited. But right now, it's just knowing the pressure of what that is, because he doesn't have the freedom to make just music. He has it's like almost a responsibility to do more than that.
Yeah.
Because like when your contemporary comes out and makes 6 albums of just straight heat, and all Nas had to do is just rap. Nobody's asking Nas to do anything else but rap. But Jay-Z has to reinvent the wheel when he come out and rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he just can't come out just do like, oh, you know what? I got a blueprint for, like, I don't know, like, not to say you should do that, but I'm just saying, like, I have 6 albums. You know what the internet would do with 6 Jay-Z albums?
You know, you think they did think pieces for Kendrick? Come on, man. Come on. Hell, I might write a think piece for a new Jay-Z album. Shit, why not? Shit.
But like, if we do three albums, like, you know, we do 3 or 6 albums, it's gonna be great. Like, the internet would lose. Oh my god, bro! Imagine see what Drake did for a weekend. So imagine Jay-Z dropped that type of music.
Imagine a Jay-Z double disc album at 54, however old Jay-Z is. Imagine.
No, I don't want to. No.
All I'm saying is this. This is I really do think this is the beginning of a run that ends with him doing the Super Bowl next year. I think that's what's gonna happen.
We can see. We should see though. You know, but you know, speaking of something that's kind of like just big, like the Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. We did have artists surpass Michael Jackson in his hit total, right? Is definitely something huge and something that we should definitely discuss. I know Johnny's is, you know, happy to discuss this, you know. But Drake has passed Michael Jackson on the all-time Billboard #1 list. Not neither artist is #1, but Drake has surpassed Michael Jackson, so it's kind of fulfilling the prophecy with the Iceman cover with the glove and everything. So Johnny, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm trying to be serious with this. I'm trying to attack this with that. I know. I'm trying to be nice about this. So with Drake surpassing Michael Jackson, I know what it means to you or what it doesn't mean. What's your thoughts on it? I should say.
So I'm gonna say this. We started the whole Jay-Z conversation with you mentioning or acknowledging your bias in it. Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm doing the same thing right now.
Okay.
Let me make a comparison. Recently, in the last, I don't know, like 3 months maybe, wasn't there an NBA player that scored more points than Kobe in the game?
The Bam 83 points.
Yeah. You know how nobody really cared about that, or people don't really recognize it?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this. Mm-hmm. Like, it's cool. Like, shout out to him because, again, I do acknowledge Drake's run. Like, I acknowledge the run that he had over the last 16 years because that's what he mentioned on the album. But I don't know. It's just hollow to me. It doesn't really mean much because I think Michael Jackson's music or his #1s, let's just stick to the #1s.
Yeah.
To me, meant more. They mean more than Drake's #1s. And Janice, shut the fuck up. I mean, cool zone, like, you know, but I don't know.
Now that I'm surprised your bias didn't jump out on that. Janice, shut the fuck up. Absolutely not. No.
Like, if it's any song on that album that I felt like maybe should have went #1, and honestly, just because this is the one I keep playing, it's Shebang. Like, I really like that song. That song has really grown in likability for me. Like, I really like that song. Like, I still go back to the Make Them records, but outside of those, Shebang is the one that I play the most outside of those 4. So that's the one I would have imagined to go #1, but Janice, no. And I think that's only because somehow somebody on X made a link to that being a Joe Budden diss. Now, I don't know how true that is, but even if it is or isn't the case, still doesn't matter because the song is just it's just okay.
Nothing on Iceman screams #1 hit. Nothing. Is that where we're at with, you know, the state of music right now? When an album full of mid tracks is, you know, some of these are good, don't get me wrong, but nothing on here screams hit, and then nothing on here screams #1 hit. If we're talking about #1 hits in Drake's discography, right? And for him to surpass Michael with something that's not one dance, for him to surpass Michael with something that's not God's plan, for him to surpass Michael with something that's not, just a big song. Come on, bro. I like, yeah, Drake is going to get all the streams, especially in a weekend where he teased his album. Like, he teased these albums coming out, well, at least Iceman coming out. So yeah, all the attention was on Drake. Yeah, I'm talking about Drake fans, Drake skeptics, Drake haters. Everybody was going to listen to something on Friday.
Oh yeah,
that Friday.
Sure.
So for that to be the catalyst as to why your album does something, cool. Attention is attention. But we're talking about music at this point. We're talking about musicality. And like you said, 83 points. Nobody respectfully, nobody gives Bam the love that his record, means because of how it looked, who he was, where it happened at. Like, what I'm saying? It didn't mean anything. It's like Kobe's meant so much more because hell, they barely won the game. And then it's just Kobe. Like, what I'm saying? It looks better on paper. So even though Drake being,
No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, even though Drake is an all-time great artist, which he is, no one's taking that away from him. I think that just it kind of cheapens the value of it. And then he still has a way to go if he wants to get the number one overall, which is the Beatles, which I think with 20 number one hits. And these things are tougher to do. That's even though Drake has a lot of cheat codes with a lot of that stuff, because a lot of them songs don't be they be features or something like that. It don't be a lot of Drake solo hits at the top. The biggest hit he got is One Dance. The biggest hit he got is God's Plan. Those are not even rap songs. But he is considered a rapper. So all right, guys, calm down. But I've just seen a lot of people trolling, just saying Drake is better than Mike. And I don't know if these people are bots or children, but I just can't. I can't go with a lot of that.
It's just another stat. It's literally just another stat. It really, to me, it really holds no weight. Cool. On paper, he has more number one hits than Michael Jackson. That's cool, but so I don't know. I don't know. The effort in the music to get to that point is not even remotely close to the effort that Michael Jackson put to get to the point that he was at. It's not even close.
If Mike dropped 3 albums in a weekend, the world would
explode.
With no social media. No social media.
Volcanoes would have erupted, tsunamis would have hit. Come on.
He could have did a disco, an experimental, and a Jackson 5 reunion, and all them joints would have went. Nobody would have said it would have imploded the world. Man, look, so I'm not really here for this, and I hate the comparisons, but hey, he acknowledges it, I think, but Drake just doesn't have, and this may be a personality flaw, you know what I'm saying? You want people to accept things with grace, and we know who Mike is, and we know what Mike means to culture, not just music, just culture. Right. For you to kind of just come in and kind of do the not like us things, just coming in and colonizing stuff. Mike was for the world, but he is ours though. And you buying that glove just kind of it feels like you shitting on it a bit. Because nobody would, if I had the money to buy the glove, the last thing I'm gonna do is put the shit on.
Man, what? That shit is going behind bulletproof glass. It's gonna get the best hand mannequin. Come on, man.
But then again, he bought Tupac's chain and put it on. So it's Tupac's ring and put it on. So it's kind of if you don't have no respect for Tupac, I really don't think you give a fuck about Michael Jackson like that.
That's crazy, man. He just and it was frustrating about Drake, period, right? Is that I wanna be I'm a fan. I'm not a super fan. I'm not Drake Hive. I'm not any of that. I'm not Aubrey's Angels.
Yeah.
I like the music, but he continues to be a dweeb, which puts me at it puts me at odds. This is one of those instances where it's almost difficult for me to separate the artist from the art.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of those instances, man.
Yeah, kind of before we close this out, it's kind of remember I sent you that OVO merch stuff, and I was like, some of this is actually slick, decent.
And then
but you're not gonna catch me wearing it though, because it was a point in time where, back in the day, and we come from the mid 2000s, that's how, the unks are, giving it up here. It was multiple rappers with multiple, like, clothing lines. You had the vocals, you had the state props, you had the Rockawares, you had Shady, you had Bushi by, Busta Rhymes. Like, everybody had something.
Right.
But nobody would identify you as a dweeb if you just happen to have a Shady tee on, if you happen to have a Rough Rider shirt on, if you happen to have a So Dem jersey. Like, unless you was like legitimately with those camps, nobody thought anything of it.
Right.
But when you wear OVO stuff, people look at you funny. Because I know I'm looking at you funny.
And that's crazy.
And I don't want to be looked at, and I don't want to be looked at as a dweeb in that sense. I know I'm a dweeb to somebody, and I own that. But I'm not gonna be looked at as a dweeb like that.
Not a Drake type of dweeb. Can't do it.
No, brother. Not gonna be able to do it. But yeah, people, let us know what you think about that, man. But let's try this out. I actually want to get into this conversation. I think it's interesting because JID, who is a artist that we both mess with, we're fans of JID.
Yep.
And he recently called the BET Awards out for his lack of nominations. And the BET Awards was coming up this month. It's Black Music History Month. So BET not, I guess, honoring Jid with his nominations, considering the success track record that he's had, is kind of mind-boggling. And he even voiced his opinion on social media. So, Johnny, what is your thoughts about JID not even being nominated for a BET Award?
I think I'm rolling with JID here. He put out God Does Like Ugly. Came out last year. Good album, really good album, and I'm with him. Like, I don't understand
Grammy nominated album.
So I don't understand why he wouldn't be nominated for a BET award. Now, just to make the distinction, this is not the BET Hip Hop Awards. This is just the BET Awards. Even with that being said, I'm assuming they have a rap category, right? So he should still be nominated, not only in best rap album, best male rap best male rap artist. Like, these are the types of categories he should be nominated for, especially at BET. And he mentioned how they remix and recycle the same nominees every year, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong at all. So I'm rolling. I'm absolutely rolling.
I'm totally on JID's side with this. We have called BET out for a lack of everything, and then when it comes to the award show, kind of getting its footing back, because it was a down cycle, for sure. And now they're starting to get it back. They're starting to put a little bit more prestige in it, but you have to start acknowledging people that are outside of the fray. Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and Usher and like the big names are always gonna get those looks at other awards, the Billboards, the AMAs, the Grammys. They're gonna get their love over there. If it's truly about us, and I'm not saying you can't, talk about those top tier artists, but there are a lot of people in that mid tier range that deserve our push, our love, and attention, and that's JID. JID he's been nominated for Grammys a few times, but when it comes to his own people, and then we don't have the BET Hip Hop Awards anymore, and you wouldn't nominate him over there. So where do I get my love at from my own people?
Let me ask this: do you think because BET is owned by Paramount, do you think that has anything to do with it? Because I imagine a company as big as Paramount, whoever's running the whole thing, right? They only care about the bigger names, the numbers and the bigger names. So do you think that would have something to do with it?
Yeah, but I think I'm tired of giving the evil corporation too much credit in a lot of these decisions, because we talking about the nomination. We ain't talking about him performing. We ain't talked about him hosting. Like, Drewski is fucking hosting the awards. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have yet to see Drewski do 45 minutes of stand-up, but he's hosting the award. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like we get straight to the line with it just because. But hey, I'm I'm past hating on Drewski for whatever success that he has had. But I'm serious about the idea that we should start celebrating our own in every facet of blackness. There's no reason that like a Playboy Cardi or JID or Tyler the Creator or anybody that's just considered alternative from the fray. We are past like just kind of staying in a box of blackness. So BET should be able to, showcase any era of that. I mean, any space or any shade of that blackness. So I'm thinking it's time that BET should start kind of doing those things. And we've been past that. How many times we talked about the kids get to come on here and dress how they want, live how they want, love who they want. They don't live in a box that we did in the 2000s. They are living in 2026. They can do whatever they want. Tyler the Creator moves the needle. Why is he not performing on the BET Awards?
Shit, knowing Tyler, he probably
the kids love him.
He probably declined it.
Well, I mean, if an artist like Tyler the Creator has made his success without BET, why would I come over now? True. That's why you decline it. But that's still an award show. Still an award show. Yeah, you go to the Grammys and they disrespect you. So listen, it has to be points. Points have to be made.
So
if you want support from your black crowd, I think it should be a bartering system between both. I'm not putting the onus on either one, but BET has a right. I mean, BET has they have a point to like. They have a reason to like bring these people in to generate more than what they've been getting because the talent pool is shit. Remember, we was depending on Sexy Red to be over there. Sexy Red was performing like Sexy Red and Glorilla, like, and that's respectfully.
I remember. I do remember. And that got me to thinking, who the hell is nominated then? So I done pulled up the BET nominations, right? So for best male hip hop artist, it's A$AP Rocky, it's Baby Keem, Big X the Plug, The Baby, Don Toliver, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and T.I. That's 9. That's 9 people that are nominated.
T.I. shouldn't be there. Agreed. It's somebody else that you named. Either A$AP actually dropped the album, so I can't. That's why I didn't say A$AP.
Did the Baby drop an album recently?
No, he just dropped a single. That's why I was like, the Baby.
Okay, the Baby.
Out of here.
So that's 2 people you can take off and add JID, who has dropped an album.
Kendrick Lamar shouldn't even be there.
GNX.
Did you say Kendrick?
Yeah,
Kendrick was. That was last
year. Last year.
No, 2024 was when November 2024 is when GNX dropped.
Damn,
he just had the tour last year.
Yeah, this is 26. Well, shit. Okay, Kendrick. That's 3. That's 3 individuals that should not be nominated this year.
Was Drake in there? Because Drake shouldn't even be over there. He should be R&B. No, for real. Ain't that where Sexy Songs for You is classified as?
Oh yeah, I guess Iceman is too recent.
Just came out.
To be in this cycle.
So JID should be there.
Oh yeah, no, that's
See, you see how you just fish for names, and J. Cole ain't coming. Kendrick ain't.
Kendrick
came last year. To our surprise, he came. He showed up last year. Him and SZA. But still, what are we doing?
Yeah. BET definitely dropped the ball on that one. So I completely understand JID's frustration, and he's right. He's absolutely right. But I guess we have to call to the fire, like the whoever it is that are putting together these nominations. Why isn't like I would like to know why JID wasn't included.
Yeah, and I you can't use the excuse like, oh well, we don't have the BET Hip Hop Awards anymore. That's bullshit.
That should be even more reason for JID to be here because we don't have the Hip Hop Awards, right?
And I think JID is bigger than what the Hip Hop Awards are. You know what I'm saying? At this point, like if he has Grammy consideration, like him, Freddie Gibbs types like that, why are we not giving them looks?
Yep.
If this is truly black entertainment television.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you got to get away from what the fray looks like. I'm sorry. If you want to break the cycle of what we've been dealing with, you got to get away from it. Cardi B ain't showing up. I don't know. She ain't coming.
She's got off tour. She chilling. She back in mommy mode.
Exactly. Man, let's try this out, man. But I mean, let us know what y'all think about that, man. But does JID have a point? We always on the side of JID against BET. Come on now. But Kevin Hart, man. Let's try this out, man. Let's try to get serious real quick. So Kevin Hart recently had a roast that went live on Netflix a few weeks back. There has been some controversy due to like the severity or the harshness, if you would say, about some of the jokes. Kevin Hart has recently come out with a Breakfast Club interview addressing the criticisms and the backlash from particular jokes, most notably the George Floyd joke. I know it's made its rounds on social media, so Johnny and myself are here to discuss uh, said backlash and then even Kevin Hart's response. Johnny, let me ask you this: did you watch the roast? And if you did, what did you think about it?
So I started watching it. So first of all, that roast is damn near 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I watched roughly the first hour of the roast, and like it wasn't like some people were funny, some jokes were funny, but it wasn't it wasn't enough to keep me, right?
Yeah.
And even in that first hour, it was definitely some racist heavy jokes. Now,
Yeah.
understanding the types of comedians that were there at the roast, I knew what was coming, right? Like I knew it was Shane Gillis. I'd seen some of his stuff. I know that stuff is coming, and it's a roast, so I know it's on the way, right? So I knew what to expect, but I didn't expect for it to be as heavy on the racism as it was, at least in the first hour. Because again, I didn't watch the rest, so it was what I expected, but magnified. So I was just, you know what, I'm cool. I don't really think I need to go back to it. And then that's when I started seeing the backlash about Tony Hinchcliffe, the George Floyd joke, and then everything else that came with it, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, I knew I wasn't going back. I was like, I'm cool. Yeah. I don't even want to waste my time on watching the other 3 hours of that roast. But with that being said, I think like when it comes to these specific types of comics, like Tony Hinchcliffe specifically, he has his Kill Tony series, which I think is now also on Netflix. But like his platform itself is rooted in racist comedy. Like it is. It's not only from him, but it's from the black, white, Asian, whatever type of people he has on his show. It leans heavy towards the racism. So I knew what to like. I didn't think there was going to be a George Floyd joke, but I knew it would be a racism heavy set from him. So sometimes I want to be. Sometimes I just want to be like, hey, you see who up there, so you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's it.
To answer my own question, did I actually watch the roast? No, I wasn't interested, to be honest. Like, and this was before any media backlash or social media backlash, I should say. I think I'm Kevin Hart out, if that makes sense. Like, there's nothing more that I need to see from Kevin Hart, because he's kind of like Drake. It's kind of like, what more do you have to say, big dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, you were out here for a long time. I mean, in a short amount of time, just doing a career's worth of most people's things. Like, he is box office. Like Kevin Hart, you mentioned his name, he's gonna get you
for sure
clicks, money, all that great stuff.
For sure.
And he is $1 billion business. If he's not $1 billion, like if he's worth $1 billion, his name is worth $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kevin Hart and everything that he is done. So I don't ever want to take away from that. But when I saw a roast, and I know how Netflix roasts are, I'm like, I watched some of the Tom Brady roasts. I'm like, this is a lot. 4 hours? What I'm gonna do for 4 fucking hours? Like, I gotta sit through all this, and it's like everybody's brand of comedy isn't the same. That's why I like it's kind of like they watered down what a roast is, right? Because a roast used to be a powerful hour on TV, and they cut through all that to give you the best. Now I gotta sit through the unedited. I gotta sit through the Chris Brown versions of this shit.
And that shit was live. That shit was live streamed.
I'm good. Like, what is it about that, Netflix? Like, but I'm cool. But to get to Tony Hinchcliffe and the joke, right? I'll just say this: it wasn't funny, right? I didn't see the humor in it. I've heard racist jokes, and I've had chuckles, right? And I never gotten sensitive to that. And then if it's done correctly, the people that are hit the hardest will laugh because it relates.
Exactly.
But it just wasn't funny. It just sounded like he wanted to say something. Like, and that's what the joke gave off. So that's why I didn't personally find it funny. I just think it's interesting when black people are offended by something. We're never our feelings are never validated in it. And I think that's the most frustrating part. Let's just cut straight to it. I wasn't offended to the point that I was infuriated. I was like, that's how white people are. It's just like, that's just how they feel. Like, let them have it. What can we do? Unfortunately, the brother George Floyd is no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's how they want to joke on him, cool. What can I do with that? But I just don't want anybody to feel comfortable enough to say it in front of me. Or like, that's where it feels disrespectful.
Yep.
Now, if Kevin Hart found it funny and he wants to defend it, and comedians have come out defend it, black, white, or indifferent, fine. Because comedians stick together the same way the police stick together. It's a code. It's a code that you stick by. And if you're a comedian, you stick to the code of I say what I want, and you go deal with these jokes. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And it's just like if a police officer out here beat niggas up in the name of the badge, that's what the code is, and we go stick together. So that's the idea of it. So there's no honor amongst thieves when it comes to that. That's why Kevin Hart received all the backlash that he did on Breakfast Club defending the joke. He defended the joke. He didn't say, "Oh, well, we shouldn't be so hurt by it." You can't tell people how to feel. And I think the only thing is, when it comes to black people, we're not held to the same regard of when we're offended by something, we're told to get over it. But if we offend somebody else, oh, you know what? Let's see. How can we reprimand this person or these people? Like, when other groups are offended, there's ways to, like, damn near give them reparations for being offended.
Right.
Like,
right.
But we don't get those. Like, we told to shut up and dribble, shut up and rap, shut up and, just be black. And if we want to make fun of your blackness or your black experience, it's kind of like it is what it is. And that's the disheartening for it. You know what I'm saying? There's no sympathy for us.
Right. I think with Kevin Hart's response and reaction to the backlash, I think the black community was looking for him to step up for us. And I think that's where the disconnect is between the black people and Kevin Hart, right? Is because in this moment, Kevin Hart is not, it feels like he's not choosing us. He's not choosing his blackness. And I'm at a point now where Kevin Hart, he ain't Kevin Hart, he OJ. Like, he not black no more. Like, he's been that for a while.
How many times have we looked at our people that have come up and we have championed them on the way up, and then they lose sense of themselves once they get up there? It happens to everybody. Yep. How many times have I tried to come on here and defend Jay-Z for some out of touch shit he done said? But he's a billionaire. He is so out of touch with the everyday black person. It's not even funny. Just like Kevin Hart is. Even though you try to tell jokes from this familiar place and like, oh, my family is so great. Nigga, y'all are rich though. Like, it's a different level of black. Like, it's a different level. Like, his kids probably don't even think they black. And I'm not saying that they are ingrates or anything like that. But Kev on Stage family, right? They ain't got that's a different level of money, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kevin on Stage, they rich, but they ain't got Kevin Hart money. So it's like a level to blackness here, right? And how they view themselves in the world. Right. So Kevin Hart has come from humble beginnings. We watched him do bad movies that I enjoy. Thanks. Bad movies. Thanks. And then go up to do big budget films that are trash. Like, people give him hell for Soul Plane. But have you seen Central Intelligence? Nigga, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that shit is some bullshit. All right, my bad. But yeah, I think no, but no, seriously, just going back to your point of, like, he ain't black, he OJ, and that's the nobody has said that in a long time, but people have acted like that. You have seen a myriad of our athletes and our rappers and our entertainers or just businessmen get that money, and then they're not black anymore. They don't view themselves in the same breath as me and you or whoever.
Yeah, I guess all I'm saying is, one, I expected that from Tony. I did. Like,
Yeah.
I expected that. And honestly, that reaction from Kevin Hart, that response, I expected that also. I'm not looking for Kevin Hart to be like, "Ooh, don't do that." Like, I'm not looking for him to do that because that's not where he is in his career. If this was 20 years ago, maybe he probably would have done that. But today, no. And I'm not looking for that. Anytime we see a roast, especially on Netflix going forward, we should expect this type of comedy. And if that's the case, don't watch the shit.
Don't watch it. Listen, I was not interested in the first place, so I wasn't going to hate watch. Yeah. Like, I wasn't going to like, oh my God, I hate this, so I need to watch it. No, I don't. There's plenty of things on Netflix I can watch that are more worth my time than this. Fact. And this is unfortunately one thing that I'm not going to watch. Like, I tried to watch that Tom Brady roast, and Tom Brady's my boy. You know how I feel about Brady. But it was like, all right, this is enough. Like, I've had like an hour of this. This is just enough. Like, we can move on to something else now.
Yep, and that's how I felt about this one. I watched that first hour, and I cut it off, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. I don't even need to go back. So
yeah. Hey man, but let us know what y'all think about just the Netflix situation with Kevin Hart, the George Floyd joke, and the backlash and all that.
Word.
But before we get up out of here, we got to hit you with an OG topic. No blur segments this week, but just a fun hip hop conversation. We have been talking about music a lot on this episode, so we want to get into some of the most overrated conversations when it comes to rap and hip hop, right? And it's like we get on these podcast mics like we do here and just yap, right? We just constantly yap, and we bring up talking points that ultimately do not matter in the grand scheme of some things, right? And I think we want to kind of get into what's the most overrated. I'm not sitting here to say we're gonna rank them because I think that's probably impossible without a little bit more people on there to kind of balance us out. But let's try this out. So we have GOAT conversations, we have streams and sales or streams versus sales, you have ghostwriting, Grammy counts, and then the East versus West nostalgia. So it's like, old head stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know, Johnny, what do you think is like one of the most overrated? I guess just out of this list, right?
I guess I'm gonna go with the one that's the most subjective, and to me that's GOAT conversations, right? Yeah. Like, I think everything else, maybe outside of ghostwriting, everything else has some type of data or something to really back it up. But when we talk about GOAT, it's whatever you feeling. Hey, my GOAT today could be different next week. Like, it depends on how I'm feeling, what I'm probably listening to at the moment. Like, it's so many variables that go into what
GOAT conversations
a GOAT. Yeah, like it's too much to go into it.
Yeah, and then that's why, like, GOAT conversations in general, right? I'm talking about remove music, put sports in it.
Okay,
remove sports. Yeah. Put actors in it. Like, it does not matter because things change over time. Yep. Everybody doesn't have the same level of playing field. Everybody doesn't have the same competition. Everybody doesn't have the same resources available to them to make their art, right? Or compete at a high level. So when LL coined the term GOAT, right? He said, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm a GOAT. Cool. Nobody questioned it because he kind of had the resume to back up the mainstream and his underground appeal, like his appeal to men and women. And he was actually nice. So it's kind of like, all right, cool. And then when you start getting like, cats like Jay-Z or whoever saying the same thing, nobody really questioned it at the time until somebody else comes along and makes that case look kind of crazy. So when Lil Wayne said, I'm the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired, nobody said anything. Yep. When T.I. said, I'm the king of the South, nobody said anything. When Drake came out here talking about he the best, nobody really said anything because of the track record that he laid. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it happens when you talk about the passing of the torch. When it comes to GOAT conversations, it really depends on the area you were in, the music you like. Did they appeal to you? What did the landscape of the genre look like at the time, and were they a dominant force? Were they in the back of the pack? And what was it? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of those things, like, we don't have clear-cut criteria because it truly depends on how much you like the nigga. That's a fact. It don't even be about the music sometimes. It's like, how much do you like this person?
That's it, man.
Because if we're excluding it, like, LL is the only one that has left unscathed with any type of like bad juju on his name, right? Like the worst thing you can say about LL, he said, "I'm Big Ellie." Like nobody, he ain't got no Epstein charges. Like he ain't slapped nobody that we knew of. He ain't abused no women. He ain't take no coochie. Like he ain't do nothing. Like LL's the only one that left the rap game pretty good.
God.
Jay got some on his name. Nas got some on his name. Eminem got some on his name. Lil Wayne got some on his name. Drake got some on his name. Who else? Keep naming them. Keep naming them. Everybody's flawed.
You're not lying. You're not lying. That it's so funny how subjective it is, right? Because I'm even thinking about tennis analogies, right? Like people gravitate towards Serena as being GOAT, as men and women tennis, cool, which is I see no fault in that, right? My personal GOAT is Roger Federer, but the actual GOAT probably is Novak Djokovic, because at 39, he'll be 40, I think, this year. He's still playing at the top level. Like, we've never seen someone his age play at the level that he's playing current. I'm talking about today in 2026, right? But for me, Roger Federer was the most beautiful tennis player you ever seen. Like, everything that he was able to do on the tennis court while he was active, nobody else was ever able to do. But then you look at Serena Williams, definitely the greatest woman tennis player of all time. But the fact that she has 23 Grand Slams, the fact that she won one while pregnant, puts her at the number one spot in all of tennis, which again, arguably, you can't really compete with that. So everything is subjective. And of course, we love Serena. So you're gonna put the person, like you said, that you like the best at the top.
At the top.
So crazy.
So what do you think about like the stream and the sales argument, right?
It's this one is funny too, because you can move the goalposts. You can move the goalposts whenever you want, especially with these streams, right?
Man,
Spotify let's just say Spotify say 1,000 streams equal a sale. Apple Music is gonna say 1,750 streams equal a sale. So it's like you got to do so many computations to figure out how many albums you actually sold versus just going to buy the CD or going to buy the actual album from the iTunes store. Like it's
and people will pull up an artist page and be like, well, Drake has 5011, like he has 583, like, all right, whatever. Like,
how many of those are bots? Like,
and this is not this, and this is the thing, right? When you start bringing up streams, it's the number one argument, or sales is the number one argument. We got to talk about quality of music now.
Yep.
Because if that's what you leading with, that lets me know music probably ain't that best. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because music is so subjective when it's popularized and it's just for everybody, you have to question if it's good or not, because it lacks soul, it lacks substance, it lacks culture. Because music is supposed to feed you in here. It's just not supposed to be target shopping music. And if it's target shopping music, hey, all right, big dog. I like Dua Lipa too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking?
Being played in the car? Hell no.
Yeah. Listen. Like, Dua Lipa's cool when I'm trying to find some, find me a pack of t-shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't getting no burn in the whip.
That's so
Charlie XCX, they ain't getting no burn in the whip.
Hell no.
But when I want to go in Starbucks and get my latte, play the Charlie XCX.
See, they know how to do that because it gets you feeling good, so you buy more. I don't like that shit.
That's what it is. Hey, that is, I think you own something, because music is definitely like on a frequency where you can kind of be like, hey, it implores you to do things. That's why people make music for sex, or music for working out, or music for, like, it's designed specifically for something. Yep. And the BPMs, like, you know what I'm saying, I know it's a science to it. It's somewhere in it. I just want to know, like, what's the real science behind it. But no, I think when music leads with like streaming and sales, you have to kind of question what it is, because but when it comes back to rap, right, when we say, like, I know I bring up like Jay-Z all the time, and he sold a lot of records, but he sold 5 million records in '98, where you had Master P, you had DMX, you had Nas, you had Outkast, you had a lot of people out here, you had a lot of West Coast artists, a lot of people were just doing their thing. And he still managed to sell 5 million records, but nobody looks at Volume 2 as a classic album, though. That's the point.
Right.
And so why should I bring that up in the argument if it's not going to get me anywhere, if the album is not classic?
Because
I don't know.
think it's because they know the music not good, so they have to do something to boost up the person the artist that they like. It's like, oh well, subconsciously they know the music not good, but I know he sold 1 million the first week, so yeah, of course this shit good. No,
it's a few people sold 1 million first week. I think Drake was the last one. Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem. I think those are the guys that sold 1 million the first week. I think Jay did it, but he kind of cheated. But that's another story.
Oh yeah, that's
the Samsung. Yeah, the Samsung shit. We don't talk about that album anyway. But another quick overrated one before we kind of get out of here is definitely the Grammys one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know Jay-Z, Kanye, Kendrick. Those are your three, not in any particular order, but those are the most decorated rappers when you're talking about Grammys. Nobody would sit here and say Kendrick is the GOAT because he has 20 plus Grammys, right? I don't think that, even though he's had a stellar career, like albums and Pulitzer Prizes and classics, all kind of shit, all kind of stuff, world tours, all kind of stuff. But nobody would sit here and say Kendrick is arguably the GOAT of rap just because he clean sweeped at the Grammys.
Bro, I can guarantee you, most people don't even know how many Grammys these artists have. Like, I'm sure you know how many Grammys Jay-Z has. Because I think you told me before, but the average hip hop fan does not know how many Grammys these artists have. So
they all have 20 plus,
which is cool, right? But shit, I ain't know. I had no idea. I only knew about Jay-Z and Kanye because you told me.
But it's like nobody cares though, right? Especially when it comes to rap. Now, if it was a pop artist like Beyonce has all of the most of all artists, right? More than Stevie, more than Mike, right? But nobody would realistically say what they. Well, some people would say it, but I don't think anybody says like confidently with their full chest that Beyonce is a better artist than Stevie or Michael Jackson. Like, I don't think anybody says that, but nobody, but people would probably put her in the conversation. And I think that's the thing, and that's a leveraging conversation, like a leveraging chip when you're having those conversations. But when it comes to rap, people have gotten it wrong when it comes to sales, like what's popular and Grammys. It doesn't equate to, necessarily it being great music or something that really sticks with the culture, because Nas only got his first Grammy, and I'm talking about 30 years in. Right. So who's to sit here and say Nas isn't Nas and what he means to us? Yep. You know what I'm saying? 8Ball and MJG have never seen a Grammy stage. That doesn't negate who they are to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me being raised on Space Age Pimpin' and all that, like them being at the forefront of Memphis rap. Nobody says that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's not going to say that they're not great artists because they never touched the Grammy stage or they have a Grammy. Like, no one's going to say that. And you can insert any other rapper in that scenario and say they are great despite not having this commercial appeal, acclaim, or success.
And that's probably, in hip hop culture, yes, when we see our favorite artists win Grammys, we're happy for them. But the weight that they hold in rapper conversations, no matter what the conversation is, the Grammy doesn't hold that much weight, because what does the Grammy equate to when it comes to the music? What is it? It doesn't really equate to anything.
Do we?
It's just another accolade.
I don't think any award will ever suffice in the rap space. So do we ever not talk about like AMAs, Billboard Awards, and those types of things? MTV Awards, none of that, right? All right, cool. So do we ever talk about like Source, like like the Source 5 mics? Do those still count in the grand scheme of having a conversation about a rapper? Did the Source ever give a 5 mic to an album that did deserve? Oh, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure
they did. Somebody paid somebody off, I'm sure, at some point. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah. But does that matter in the grand scheme of what we're talking about, right?
I think that matters more than what Grammys do. Okay. In hip hop, because think about it, when the Source, Double XL, when they were at the height of their time, like, people would run to see what these albums were rated. Like that was the culture's source to know, hey, no, this is fire, this isn't fire, or to go get it to see if you agree or disagree to want to argue. But with the Grammys, we we talk about it, we discuss them, but when the Grammys done, we ain't looking back at this shit. We ain't thinking about it no more.
Nah, not for real. Not for real. We don't look back unless they like completely got it wrong, right? It's like ever since they gave Macklemore that Grammy over Kendrick, they have just been like, like Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody give him a Grammy right now. I hate to quote that, but not to say. But the thing is, when Kendrick usually drops an album, he usually is the best out of the pack.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's the best. I mean, not he's usually at the forefront of it though, because he actually gives a damn about how he makes his albums. So that's why I can't be mad at him being awarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't even about the Not Like Us stuff. I'm just talking about like his album. Like, if Damn get something, cool. If Mr. Morale and Big Steppers get something, cool. Because you know he intentionally gives a damn about how he makes his albums.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And that's been lost upon us, right? And I think that's where it gets to the streams and the sales stuff, because I imagine that some people just don't get it enough to just, hey, I'm going to just run this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to run this up, or I need to buy this again because the story resonates so much with me. The best albums that we know that sold all the albums back, at least in our days, they told a story that kind of resonated beyond. It kind of gave you a mirror of what was going on. Like, so Get Rich or Die Trying sold 10 million records. It gave you a story. It gave you a scenario of like, hey, I'm kind of being entered in this world. Country Grammar sold all those records, even though people may not give Nelly his credit. It kind of gave you insight to what Nelly had going on in St. Louis and what that looked like. So when these albums sell all these records and they might get lost in the stream, like in the grand scheme of things, does it negate the music being good? And it's all this is subjective.
Right.
all this is subjective.
Oh man, that's a great point, because the albums that did sell the most did tell a story. It puts you in a certain mind state. It puts you in a certain region. It lets you know what was going on around. And that's what hip hop itself was made from. That's what it was made from.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those, like the albums you just mentioned, there was time and effort and thought put into making the music that went onto those albums, which is why they sold the way that they sold. And we don't have that as much today with these newer artists. So that's where the streams come in. That's where the bots come in. That's where marketing tactics, you bundling
t-shirts,
t-shirts and concert tickets to go into the sale. Like, that's where all of these marketing employees come in, because not as much effort is being put into making the music. A lot of the effort is put on the back end. Once the music is done, now let's figure out how we can market the music, versus taking that energy and putting it into the music.
Yeah.
So the music is good and can last. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Before we get about it, this is the last one, I promise you, because we already kind of talked about like East-West nostalgia in the sense of just us going back and talking about the 2000s. But do you think ghostwriting is a thing that is an overrated conversation when we're talking about rap in this point moving forward?
Ghostwriting is only overrated because we don't necessarily always know who ghostwrites for who. Like, we had the whole was it Quentin Miller ghostwriting for Drake? Like, if it's true, if it's not, do we still really know? Maybe. But like, if everybody's favorite rappers, right, whoever the top rappers are, if all of them had ghostwriters and it came out and was confirmed that they all have ghostwriters, then we could have a conversation. But we don't know. We don't know. Nobody really knows who's ghostwriting for who.
Yeah, I think we're losing the plot when it comes to ghostwriting conversations. Yes. Does it matter? It does, but it doesn't, right? I think the hip hop has become so commercialized that it doesn't matter anymore. It clearly shows that the fan base does not care. Does this artist right here give us slaps?
Yep.
That's all. That's hard stop. That's all they care about. Does this artist give us slaps? Because it's become kind of like openly accepted at this point. Like, and I give you two great examples: Drake, obviously, and Cardi B. Two people, like, Drake didn't come in kind of like with the understanding that he had a ghostwriter. Everything that he did, it felt like it came organic. And then we had the ghostwriting allegations in 2015, and then nothing really ever slowed down for him. He's had beef after beef and trial after trial and thing after thing, and nothing ever came from it. So it's like clearly Drake is here to stay, but you don't put him in the same bucket as a Nas. They put him in the same bucket as Jay-Z, and Jay-Z can be in the bucket with Nas, but not Drake and Nas, though, right? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But and Cardi B being one of the top on the female side, it's already understood that she got writers. And nobody cares. And remember, women had to fight so hard to shake the allegations, even though one of the goats of this shit had Biggie writing her rhymes. And it sounds just like him, too. Right. So she even, not only did she take the rhymes, and not to say Kim couldn't actually rhyme, Lil' Kim, for those of the kind of lawsuit I'm talking about, she sounded like Biggie, too, on a lot of those songs. Not only did she take the rhymes, she took the flow. But the thing is with that is just a lot of women before Kim, after Kim, and before Cardi even like took pride in trying to write. And then Cardi is kind of like a novelty. We love her personality so much we let her slide with the fact that we know that she got male writers.
But I think the difference in Cardi B's case is like,
but why is it acceptable though? But I mean, just it's like we making concessions. Like, and I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I'm not completely on the other side of it. But why does Cardi get the pass that? Unfortunately, like I don't know. Name one. Put them in there.
Because I feel like she didn't
take herself too seriously.
That's part of it. But that's not what we knew Cardi B for initially. Like, and I don't even mean her past life, right?
Yeah.
Just as an entertainment personality. We didn't know her for rapping. It just so happened she started rapping. She caught a super fire one, right? And then continue to roll with it, which I'm not mad at. But we didn't know her for rapping before. She didn't come out as a rapper, so I think because of that, we don't hold her to the same fire as let's say Nicki Minaj, right? Because when Nicki came out, she came out as a rapper.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. That's why I feel now in hindsight, I'm actually on Nicki's side. Like, y'all putting this bitch against me? like y'all putting her against me?
But that's the thing. Nobody put them against each other. Cardi just came out.
Like, well, okay, this the thing, right? Well, Nicki felt threatened because, for one, from what we know, or we allege to know, that Nicki did a lot of behind the scenes industry tactics to kind of suppress certain people.
Yeah.
So when you get something that's lightning in the bottle like Cardi B, and the world loves her, and she's from New York, it's like you can't really get around that. And she was on reality TV, and she was a adult entertainer stripper that wanted to kind of get into rap. That's why it's kind of like we didn't take it seriously. And then she catches one. No, let's take this seriously now. And we're not going to let her fail, so we put her around good writers and good songstress and good people. Like, like we talk about Invasion of Privacy, Grammy-winning album. Does that really matter? No, it doesn't. But she won a Grammy for that album because it was well curated.
Right.
So it's just that's where we're coming to now, bro. And it's kind of like the hip hop that me and you grew up on is actually dead, and we're trying to hold on to it. It's remnants of it, like down there somewhere, but it's just before we know it, it's just done. Because if the top two and the people that move units don't have to write their own shit, well, hey,
it's like it's almost like, think about the NBA right now, right? You still have some of those veteran players they still make their waves and splashes when they can, right? LeBron James, Steph Curry, but we see the SGAs, we see the Wembleys coming up and doing their thing, and it's the same in hip hop. We still got J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, right? These are the veterans, and they still do their thing when they feel like it. But it's the newer age that's out here doing their thing. They may be ghostwriting, they may be putting, making music a different way. Like, it's like they're all in the league together right now, and it seems like that the veterans are slowly fading away, and everything that we knew that we grew up on has evolved into something completely different than what we know, and that's what's happening. And I don't know. It's just it's weird. It feels weird.
Final point on this. Do you think that we should just let the generation up under us have it?
No. And what I mean by the no is I'm not taking away what they're doing. Hey, do what you're doing, but it's still room and it's still a space out there for the type of hip hop that we like, that we grew up on. Again, the Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, the Clips, like it's still a space out there for us, and that's what I'll gravitate towards. I'm not taking nothing away from the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha. Do y'all thing.
Okay.
It's just not for me. I'm gonna stick to what I know, and if if I hear something over there that sound cool, I'm gonna dabble my toe in it. But I'm sticking to mine. I'm sticking to what I know, the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. That's what I'm sticking to. So
got you. Well, hey, I have no more to contribute. So clearly, we have reached the end of our docket. Johnny, what you got for him, bro?
Listen, man, if you are on audio and YouTube, we appreciate everybody for rocking with us this long.
Yes,
if you're on YouTube, hit that comment section. Let us know about any of the topics that we discussed today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, and we will for sure catch y'all next week. With that, Ralph, episode 313, anything left for the people?
Like we say at the end of every episode, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys for tapping into the things that Johnny and myself like to talk about for this hour and some odd change. When you see the logo, you see the link, or you see these faces, make sure you share it, because OS is for the streets.
And with that, that's episode 313.
313.
Shout out to Detroit, man. And we out.